See niggas blatantly smoking weed in the car.
With that light to
With the light, that shit
you.
will be fucking steamy and shit. Where's the car keys?
You guys. You ready?
Yeah.
And we're live. Welcome back to Third Avenue. We're trying a new concept.
Yeah, man. Probably you guys can see.
We even hope the camera is right. You know what? It looks a bit up right now. So we're hoping. Man, we're just trying something different today. So yeah, man, welcome back to Third Avenue. Today is just me and Vinny. We're just going to be the ones just talking, discussing a couple of things on our mind. A couple of the people couldn't join us today, sadly. But hey, man, the show got to keep going on. We got to keep giving and keep talking. So, yo, man, welcome back to Third Avenue. I go by with the name Hussein.
Third Avenue, man.
And then I'm sitting right there next to my man
Vinny, of course.
I don't know why you made that super awkward,
bro. Because you didn't even engage it like
I don't even know. Firstly,
started.
Before I even start this podcast, I want to get something off my chest. So, unfortunately, guys, today we're not shooting in Third Avenue, doing something different. We're shooting at the crib, shooting in the hood. So we're just hoping shit don't pop off, because we are in a car with a whole light switched on.
Like every motherfucker who passes by
is a whole that is a light. And I was telling this nigga, you know what? Let's shoot a mom's car, because she drives an SUV. Just to get a bit of space in.
Brother, we don't want to set false expectations.
No, so you see, that was not the reason, ladies and gentlemen. This nigga told me, hey man, I can't also in mom's car.
Yeah, but for real though, have you ever seen how long this thing sticks in the car?
I mean, fair, but I just wanted to be sitting in that SUV. Now I'm out just sitting, in my hatchback starter pack car. But hey, man, we grateful we here. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, But hey, man, we're just trying this new concept, man. It's been a crazy week actually. A lot of things transpired. So that Kendrick Lamar was performing there in America. For us who are not ever going to go to America, I'm not trying to be cynical, but the odds of that happening, dog. Hey, mfana, it's very slim. Man, let's keep on hoping, man. I was just watching it. I was there in the office, doing my work, and I'm watching this guy.
So you watched the whole thing?
Nah, I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched his entire performance. Because obviously there was a bunch of people, who were performing, man. It was beautiful. People were crazy to say the guy performed and done it the entire way without drinking water. But he said he fasts 7 days out of the week, brother. So he says that on.
I actually want to try that shit,
I mean, you're Muslim.
No. Like generally, like the fast where you don't eat anything for 7 days besides like drink water and
that one
stuff. I think the first day or two is the difficult part, and then later on your body starts adjusting to it.
Yeah, I think what with those types of fasts, I think you need to be in a space where people can respect that. So meaning you're not doing day-to-day activities like going to work, like on your leave.
You should. No.
I think, listen, you go, Makaya there, you relax and wind, you remove, detach from society. I think that's when it's gonna really, valuably.
Nah, nigga, you do that shit.
Because listen. When I say you're fasting there, remember now the fast is gonna be bigger than you just not eating. If you get what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is essentially you could be so focused now on cutting the internet, cutting the screen time, cutting the food. It's a form of discipline. Being alone with your thoughts, not numbing it with anything. Because remember, as we fast, right? When the day starts getting hard, what do? You sit and you binge a lot of videos so time can go faster.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I'm saying, okay,
but I hear what you're saying, but I feel like, I swear to God, the hardest day would be the first day. And then maybe day 2, you'll feel like, maybe I might not make this. But on the third day, brother, I feel like your body's just gonna adjust. You're gonna feel like you have more energy. Number one, you're gonna like sometimes I feel like a lot of the energy crashes that we have. Look, I'm not a fucking fitness whiz. I don't have any fucking knowledge on this shit, but I'm just saying based on like the diet that I follow. So for those who don't know, I fast pretty much the majority of the day. I drink coffee or like water and shit like that, and then I only have one meal, which is when I get back home. In most cases, could be from at 8 o'clock, maybe 7. And I've noticed that initially when I started the diet, it feels like, yo, my energy levels, blah 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 blah. But as I've done it, as time went on, I realized I actually have more energy and I have less energy crashes throughout the day because I only have a meal towards the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, even when you do eat, you don't eat the healthiest things.
Fair.
You eat a lot of carbs and shit.
It's
like that.
so weird because like I think more of it, man. I'm no expert, I think a lot of it is stress induced because I think when I was, I can't believe I'm saying in my early 20s. That's a bit crazy. Because now I feel you switch on the car. I feel like now when I say it, yes, I'm in the mid ones now. So now I can say early 20s. When I started uni, man, I remember having less sleep, having more energy, having less food, right? And as it progressed after, the pandemic, I started feeling more tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the caffeine doesn't work for me now. One thing I won't lie, man, I really struggle with, and I hate the fact that I struggle with, is drinking water. I think water, for some reason.
That's why I won't lie. I don't know how effective this is, but I drink like 5 glasses of water in the morning. And then for the rest of the day, I don't have to worry about my water consumption.
Yeah, I think with water, because in winter, because when your body just cools off.
So I'm saying, gulp that 1 liter. You see, after the run in the morning.
I drank water. I was trying to fast off coffee this morning, and then my girl asked me, hey, you want a cup of coffee? I said, nah.
For what?
And then I was getting hungry. And I was like, I would love that cup of coffee. I mean, sometimes, I always sometimes have this weird fascination, like what would happen if I detoxed all that shit? You know what I mean? I'm just curious, and now it's like a bit difficult because like you've got stuff to do, and now you're hungry. You're not hungry, but you're worried about that stuff right now. No, coffee has its amazing properties of giving you a lot of energy out of nowhere, or even sometimes feeling down, and then somehow it's not doing that.
Yeah, but bro, I can't imagine.
Sorry, man, this car just distracted me.
Yeah, man. Especially now knowing that we're on camera. So, like, people could generally actually low-key see the car passing at the back.
It's the light for me. Like, the light is just like, boom.
Yeah, like, everyone can see what the fuck these niggas
are doing, like, in the car.
But, yo, dog, I mean, it is what it is, bro. You stare at that shit, at least you got a young little concept, you know what I'm saying? Soon we'll be having these fucking podcasts while the car is fucking moving,
In that Mercedes.
Yeah.
That the fucking car. Everyone in Mazansi knows what a fucking car is. Hey, because of that whole video. It was 2020.
Yeah.
And that guy's kicking out, hey man, you know what? Yeah, so it would be a dream, man, just to get it. I mean, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I tried today. I said, guys, let's go shoot in the SUV mama's vehicle. And yeah, it would have been fun, wouldn't it? It would have been really nice to be sitting.
For those who are wondering, this is tobacco, by the way. Just in case my office is watching, this is tobacco.
So
just keep that in mind. Moms, this is tobacco. This is tobacco.
So, yeah, man. It's with the fasting, and I think it's like an interesting concept of just trying to let go of stuff that you can have. I think that's the hardest thing, because usually we only let go of like, don't eat this because the doctor says don't eat this. Now you wake up in the morning and you tell people like, I'm just not gonna do that, and everyone's gonna be like, Are you crazy? Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, but I feel like caffeine is a stretch, though, bro.
I mean,
I ain't
Tom
gonna lie to
Brady
you.
doesn't have caffeine.
Yeah, but
And he's
like,
Tom Brady.
Like, it doesn't matter, bro. Some people like you get so like once you get addicted to caffeine, it's like trying to quit cigarettes. You know?
I mean, yeah.
Your body starts.
I did it for the first
reacting.
month of this year.
Hey, man, but you always.
I was doing it, and I remember having that cup of coffee, and it was the most underwhelming experience.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, and I took it. I think I took 5 days off again. I was like, ugh, really just wanted to come back. And then the pressure of getting work done and stuff started kicking in, and I needed the energy, I needed the push. I mean, cup of coffee is so nice for me. The only thing that really usually works, and you can feel that I'm killing myself right now, I'm like dying, I'm killing myself, is an energy drink. It's the sugar, the caffeine, everything's wrong with it. And like, this is gonna kick me. Like, I worked at a coffee shop, bro. You would still see a guy come in after doing you was partying last night. That guy had Monster. You know,
I think the most effective one, if not Red Bull, is Dragon.
Yeah.
I feel like Dragon is effective.
I feel like I think because
sponsor dog. Sponsor dog. I ain't no one sponsored by Dragon yet. I don't even know why. In actual fact, in every episode we must just keep a can of Dragon. Just put it here. Just chill it right here.
Just put it right here. Yeah. This is like so interesting. So like I find it so fascinating that when I was like starting uni and I had the energy. I think maybe it was the excitement, the adrenaline. I think people undermine how long adrenaline could last for. And I had it, bro. I kept on having it. Now, broski. Even last year when we used to like do the most. Yeah. Like we used to do the most, wake up, I was still tired. It felt like I was pretending to have energy. That's how I feel like now. I never necessarily have like, oh my God, I'm hyped. You know what I mean? It always feels as if, nigga, action. I want you in this scene to act like you're the hypest nigga ever. You're like, cool, I got you. And then you're like...
So you're telling me you feel like that every day?
Every single day. I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. I guess maybe, I'm at that point in life where I'm starting to feel like it's starting to suck a little bit because it's not being exciting anymore. There's only things that you get to do for
the first time.
Yeah, like going to your first year of college, university. It's always going to be the first thing. The first time you look for a job and you get that job and you're thinking, oh, the office is going to be so cool. You know what I mean? We're going to do all these weird things.
These wild things, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do all these things. They're gonna have these things, and you get there, and you realize that life is quite boring. We have to do the boring things in life to get to do cool stuff.
But also, you can't do. I hope I remember. It's Miyamoto or something like that. Some legendary samurai. He has never lost a duel. I think he had a 1-1 combat with another samurai. Back in the days, motherfuckers were crazy, bro. Back in the days, niggas just walk around with a sword. And a motherfucker just says, hey, nigga, I want to battle your ass, nigga. And out of honor, you accept the duel. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga had 80 or 70. And he has never lost one, right? And purely based the fact what made him so good and what made him the best hand-to-hand combat with the katana is the fact that he was genuinely hella disciplined, And he one of his main things about how to achieve discipline is to deprive yourself of pleasure. And then now also this starts making you wonder, think about pleasure now, right? Have you if you eat shit food, you eat I'm talking about good pizza, If you eat 5 pizza slices and you have chips and you have a milkshake and everything, it's nice, right? It's nice when you're eating it. But because of that, afterwards, how do you usually feel? You feel like shit. You know?
Just
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel like shit because you have now like overdid it. You know what I'm saying?
And
You took in too much pleasure.
It's not as good
It's
anymore.
not good as it's not like so. Now that makes you think, what makes a happy life? Is a happy life, because when we say happy, we link it to pleasure, right?
Yeah.
When we say happy, I want to have this amount of money. I want to able to do this. I want to able to have all the time in the world, and I have to do this. You're only talking about pleasure, right? But then, now that I just explained that sometimes pleasure doesn't necessarily always bring you happiness.
It just doesn't. I feel like, yeah, it's because at the end of the day, it's like that saying, as dark as it is, you only miss what you had. You don't miss it while you have it. It's like always gone. Once there, you're like, oh, damn, this person was amazing. But at that moment, you didn't honor that person and say this person was amazing. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? There was a time like, I didn't have Burger King, like, I think it was for like 2 years, because ever since we left Headfield, like Burger King is not something that I come across a lot. It was right there, right? And then I had Burger King this year, and I had the Texas barbecue, you know? I'm sure the bacon one is delicious. I don't eat bacon, I'm Muslim, so. But I had the halal one, right?
It does, man.
Yeah, so.
Puts that smoky flavor.
I know, I used to like grill that stuff at work.
You know, you make the makeup.
Yeah. Why did they put macon? Yeah, like it would have been lit though.
That shit is
Been lit.
expensive.
But let me not get back to topic. Like, and I remember I bought it, and it was like during Ramadan, and then I ate it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so delicious. Then I tried the week again to replicate it. It just didn't hit the same.
Yeah,
Because now you held this thing. Like sometimes I tend to do that when I start noticing I'm doing something over and over, and now I want to miss that thing. Especially with food. I think with me with food I can do that very easily. Like you're just like, you know what? I want this thing to kick. Even when I stopped at the caffeine, I wanted it to kick. You know what I mean?
It's like when you take that, as stoners, they usually tell people that, you might assume that your tolerance is really high, like because you smoke regularly, you smoke every day, but then I swear to God, to reset the majority of that tolerance, 48 hours, nigga. You hit that jet, nigga, you feel like you got hit by a bus. Especially if it's a good one, bro. 48 hours, and you could be consistent on that. But again, like, yeah, man, I think in the essence, it just runs back to faith. Too much of anything is just fucking
It's one of those
ruin the vibes.
So I guess like it's so weird being like 20 something and you're starting to feel like, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep on trying to achieve things by hitting materialistic goals, but I know there's a bit of emptiness with it. It's like, let me say this, you're gonna get your first car, and that would be exciting. I don't think you'll have the same excitement as you're gonna get a Lambo. You're gonna be excited to get a Lambo,
but it's not your first car.
but it ain't your first car. It's not gonna hit the same unless you are rich. You got rich folks who are gonna bless you with your first car is a Lambo.
If you hear this one, just to fuck around for a bit. So obviously your first is really nice, right? So let's say you have your firstborn, right? That's an amazing experience. First time seeing birth in your life.
Like, I made this nigga.
It's the only first time you can experience that.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for your second child? Does it mean it's not?
I'm
So you're telling second borns right now, basically what we are trying to say is
I'm saying
second borns, guys, listen.
I have an answer. I have a perfect answer for this. Second born.
You didn't hit the same, man.
Second born, your parents love you more than because they fucked up their firstborn. So they're trying.
But you still didn't hit the same, man.
You didn't hit the same.
You didn't hit the same, man.
You were definitely planned at this point.
This time we're like, we done this before. We done this before. We know how to. You ready to get to the hospital and really know everything.
They scared.
Yes.
They
Nothing like your first.
It's getting like easy breathing when you're sleeping. The first one, but no mbamba. Now you know the first one was the fragile one.
Yeah.
Jeepers, bro. It's super crazy.
So fucking stupid. But basically,
now everybody deserves.
Now all the second bonds are sitting there, the
last bonds are like,
even worse.
The last bonds are like, they better. That's why they spoil us so much. They better. Yeah. Because they know we're not the first, because the last born always feel like he king. Yeah. Right? It's like one of those things, like you always feel like you're king. Like, oh yeah, these people answer to me. It's just because they feel bad because you didn't hit the same, bro. At this point, and then they're also tired.
And they're tired also, dog.
They're tired of beating. They're tired of scolding. They're like, bro, you have older siblings. Like, let them go take care of you. We're done. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
You just came out of nowhere. We thought we were finished. And then somehow... Mama was overlaid. I don't know how to say that word. Your mama, the eggs were just... And you popped out, dog. And I was like...
But apparently, I heard this, but I think it's a myth or a theory. But I think there's some truth to it. They say once a woman goes pregnant, she's usually fertile the second time. Like the likelihood of getting her pregnant again it's even higher. Because I've noticed, bro. Like some niggas will have like a kid 1 year, like she gives birth,
and they just like,
and by next year there's another child in jail already
just like coming out, like just hey. And man, so it's super crazy, man. The thing is, now just like, because since we're talking about kids, I've noticed with our generation, man, you know how many TikToks, man, like there are TikToks dedicated. You see this back seat here. This is how the person will start this video. They're like, you see this back seat?
Yeah.
There's no one going, wah. I know life is rough, but I drive in my car in silence. And I said, damn. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Right? I want kids as much as, like, I want kids. Like, a lot. But, like, sometimes, like, especially, like, now that I work next to, like, and like we'll bleep that out. Can't be mentioning niggas' names here. Nigga, what? Must bleep that shit out. You know how to bleep, nigga. You see, when you know the nice thing about bleeping after minutes, I can say your pussy ass nigga sucked a dick last night and you couldn't even see it. Your mama's a bitch. See, you bleep all that shit. So when people are gonna watch it, they just gonna
then you're creating work for me, bro. I've got
like an automated system. For that shit?
I don't know.
They always look so automated.
Hey, man.
Have they ever bleeped something live on TV before?
I don't think that is that possible.
I don't think that's possible.
I think that
is ridiculous.
I think maybe somewhere they developing technology like that.
No.
Why do you keep on switching on the car, bro?
No, because I want to open the window. Sorry. Yes, and wait. Basically, what I was trying to say is now since I sit next to this nigga, like he's sick now, right? And he wants to rest, but he can't rest. So even if he's sick and he's at home, his kids at home. You know what I'm saying? So what resting are you actually gonna get? And the only time when he feels like somehow he's kind of resting is when he's at work.
I've heard heard or read stuff where people take leave from work, and then wake up in the morning
and pretend
they're going to work, hire a place, and just sleep, dog.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounds like a solid plan right there. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
That's me as a pops. Baby, I ain't even cheating on you. You know what's the worst part? I'll even say, I'm gonna get myself a hotel. And you know how nosy women can get. Next thing is a statement coming back. Oh, you at what motel? Imagine trying to tell your wife.
I was just sleeping.
I booked the hotel so I could just rest my eyes. I'm gonna probably get a divorce. No one's gonna believe that shit.
And it makes it far worse. Like, who the hell do you think you are, leaving me with all them kids and you
Bro,
want
she's
to
not even gonna think that, bro. At least she even thought that, bro. She's just gonna think you're cheating, saying there is no way. If you're gonna tell you the same thing.
Fair. I mean, it's not looking good.
It's not
Like, no matter where you're going, it's like, I guess maybe the best way to do it is to have a homie and say, yo, bro, can I just crash?
Yeah, at your place.
While the entire day, then I'm gonna go home at like work time. Like, once work is over.
But now you get home all energized for no fucking reason, you know.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's also looking like. Yeah, it's looking very sus. Because usually people look cheap. All smiles, you know?
Smile. Like, what you be happy about? Like,
what is this nigga happy
we're crying
about?
the whole day.
And he hasn't seen me in jail. Damn. I feel like, yeah, that's sometimes what I'm really afraid of. But then I'm also thinking to ourselves, like, we're living at a time where, like, our generation always tries to be very calculated, and in turn, I include myself. I'm a very calculated person. I try to run every hypothetical in my brain, right?
Yeah.
And I failed. So I'll use an example before I get back to my topic. I failed. For example, I bought the iPhone 15. I did all this research, did all of it, and I was like, okay, first I wanted a 14 Pro, and I said, no, let's get a 15 because it has the same features and, you know, as a 14 Pro. But now let me get the 15. Did all the research, you know, did whatever I did, watched all the reviews, did what I needed to do. 2 weeks ago, Apple says, and I'm super excited, they call it Apple Intelligence. You know, of course, they're gonna do that. But they released the AI stuff. And now I'm like, oh, damn, I wanna get this update in September, you know what I mean? And they hit me with a, nah, so this will only be supported on the iPhone 15 Pro. Right?
Yeah.
Now I'm getting to the point. My dumbass is when you're trying to get this phone, like on contract, you're trying to save like 200 Rand difference. Where you could have just got even a 14 Pro. And remember, when I bought it, in my mind, I'm buying it for longevity. I am planning to upgrade. These niggas tell me, hey, yo, you know that thing that's really useful in our life that makes your phone, could make your phone better, this AI shit that I've been waiting for. Yeah, it turns out you're not gonna have that. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I did the research. Days, weeks, bro. And I still missed it. Same thing with our generation. Not calculating. Same thing. Calculating with, hey, sorry man, guys, we're in the neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that someone wants to get to pick up someone from the yard, so they hooting. And plus it ain't in the morning, so no one cares that niggas are recording a podcast here. But anyway, I still did it. And now you said it the same thing of thinking about how you're gonna start life. Okay, you wanna have kids. And I always think about it. The day you're gonna try to have kids, ain't no return of investment on there, bro. Unless you give birth to like some NBA players.
Hey, then you hit the lottery, man.
And that depends. That depends also if he wants to give you stuff.
Don't you think, parents, now that you said that, it's not a return on investment, right? That's what your perspective is. But don't you think there are a lot of parents that actually see their children as a return on investment?
Everyone, okay, parents, listen.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Let me
Listen.
tell you something, man. If I raise this fucker, man, to become,
You know what's the
to
problem?
be an able human being and have a mouth.
I think every parent thinks their child is special. Is the one. And unfortunately, some ain't the one.
Yeah,
And now you're looking, you're like, you know, he started doing this when he was like 1. He could count to 20. So he could count to 20.
She probably gonna be that fucking parent. But I know me, man. I'm a hated nigga. I come to telling just because this nigga can count to 20.
You can run.
I'm gonna say, yeah, fuck that shit,
Wait,
nigga.
when I'm going back to the analysis, right?
I heard your
Social
cousin.
recording.
You said my baby. They tell me, hey, daddy, look, I can count. And he comes there. He said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we all say, yeah, 10.
Bitch.
You see what I'm going to tell my kid? I'm like, 10, that's all. Your cousin can count to 50, man. Pull up your socks. You don't be giving that
kids are out here playing Beethoven.
You cannot come and scream at me that you can count to 10. That's how we create failures in life. Because them same kids are gonna go into fucking corporate environments believing that they mean shit, and they realize, you know what? It was the painful thing. I don't give a fuck how you raise your kid. Send that kid to fucking what you call this? Homeschool him, protect him. You know what's the worst part? The world will always get this motherfucker, and it will fuck him up worse.
It will show him.
It will show him shit.
We don't care.
We don't give a fuck.
We care about ourselves. We want to figure out what we're doing in the best interest for ourselves. Cool, you're smart. You know what I mean? It's always going to be that. But I say with our generation is that no matter how many analysis, and I use myself as an example, as many analysis and probabilities and all hypotheticals you can run, you don't know how it's going to be. And it's never going to be, guys, to be even like, for example, how many people want to buy homes and they say they're waiting for the market to go down? Do you know how rare that is for the market to go down?
A moment, no, not even for the market. For a moment where everything is just gonna say,
yeah,
you should get a house.
Interest rates. You should have babies right now. This is gonna work. It's never gonna work.
Niggas having kids during the Great Depression makes you think, nigga. That was the perfect time for niggas to decide fucking could not be a thing. They didn't even make fucking illegal. Imagine knowing.
That's what I'm saying. Like
putting more people to stop, bro.
And like that's what I'm saying. Like with all of it, it's like, okay, we are all overthinker. We're all overthinkers. We don't want to admit that we have a self-esteem issue. And then that's the first thing, guys. I won't lie to you. Do you know how many times on a daily basis where I'll go on the internet, watch some people, have conversations with people in real life, and I've realized this emerging thing of fake confidence. And when I say fake confidence is when someone compliments themselves. You know what I mean? They're just out of nowhere compliments themselves.
I don't think compliments, you mean like self-affirmation?
Self-affirmation's a nice word. Why do you keep on switching on the car?
Because bro, I just want to understand.
And
why you bothered by the car?
Because I'm worried about the battery.
Nah, come on, man. This is a manual. You can kickstart it.
Yeah, but okay. Anyway, so yes, that this fake confidence level of. How do I use an example? It's when someone finds a way to groom not their ego or their pride, but you can somehow feel a bit of, I need to tell myself I'm the shit, because if I don't, I feel like I'm gonna lose it. But I know I'm not the shit. It's like, yo man, you don't know me, son. They haven't met me. How many times have you ever probably, I don't know, if you have a job and you work and you are like an intern or a new grad, and you come up with your ideas, and then the people who work there tell you, hey man, the innovation don't work here, man. People stick to their ways, man. Don't come in here, they're not gonna do that. And you're like, nigga, you don't know me, son. 6 months later, your objective has changed. You've kind of realized that people just come to work for work and then they just go home. Now it's the same thing I say about a confident guy who will sit there talking. He's like, Doc, you know, I was the fastest kid in primary.
Okay.
How old am I now? I'm telling you, right? I was the fastest kid in primary.
Yeah.
I just do it out of nowhere. Like, you know, when it's like, you know, back in high school, I was a quarterback. And you're 50 and you have a beer belly. Do you see where I'm coming? It's I need to remind. It's like at some point in my life.
You want to stay the good old days.
Back in my days.
Yeah, back in memory lane.
And then I've noticed it even with I noticed it with the Drake and the Kendrick beef with the old heads speaking.
Yeah.
They're like, man, you know, back in my days, this was shot, you know, this is nothing. And then I'm like, why do people do that? And I remember I did it and The other
Nah,
time,
but dog, you can end up becoming that cat.
I realized the
think
other
that
time
when
Ego's
those
not
cats-
here, so Ego can't speak for himself. But there was a time where Ego, right? I went back to Headfield. And he's like, man, these kids don't party like they. And I'm like, maybe.
But you see
what I'm saying? And I was like, maybe that nigga. Now you be coming back in my day, nigga.
Exactly.
Because you say back in my day,
it's unavoidable, I think. You feel?
Bro, you always feel special. You know that thing when you think you're special? Let me say this, man. Let me say this. If I start working, like I work at this company for 10 years.
When you first come in, you're the young blood.
You're the young blood. Everyone loves you. 10 years later, you're leaving the company.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, hypothetically, the 10 people you started with, by the 10th year, you have maybe 3 of them left.
Yeah.
Knowing you came in and you did 1, 2, 3. Then those 3 leave, retire or something, and then you're gone. Ain't nobody ever heard about you, dude.
About your
like
stories.
All those other grads are gonna come in, interns don't even give 2 shits. You know how many companies people are working at? They don't know who the first CEO is, the first. All they know, hey dog, I get paid, and we're fine. And just to go off topic, I remember where I used to do like these questions when I was applying for jobs last year with these companies, these companies you've never heard of, asking you, what's our mission and statement? Who was the CEO? And you're like, bitch.
What does that actually do for the company though?
Exactly. Because I don't care. I've never worked with this person. I'm there to like execute what I'm told to do, right?
I want you to be a brand
ambassador and be like, oh, I'm proud. And you're like, bro, let me say this, man. The reality is, dog, you are only loyal to the money. Especially when you're a youngling like this. When money speaks, that's when you're like, I'm there. Not because, and like, it sucks. Not because you're gonna get better shit. Because shit gets expensive. And you need to survive.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna be knowing the CEO and you're like, hey dude,
like his charity.
Interest rates are going up. So you're gonna do the things and meet me halfway, and I also feel as if I was performing adequately well. So you're gonna just like bump up and the things like, and then the other nigga says, oh damn, shout out, they trained this nigga for us, we'll pay him. Because remember, no company wants to do that because you're expensive when you're at entry level. You are fucking expensive. You're not a specialist.
You're liability.
You are expensive. Everything we have to groom. So I see like, hey man, with our generation, we're so overthinkers, right? We try to calculate all these things. Even me using an example. And it's not the first time that me when I'm fucking up with research. The other time, we wanted these smart stick things that turn your TV in. I did all the research. I bought an Amazon Fire Stick. Amazon, anyone, guys. Amazon, if you get your shit together, yeah, man, we can talk about it. Sponsor deal. But, dog, imagine buying something in a country. You try to download Disney Plus. It says it's not supported in your country. First, you know what you should know about the Amazon thing being a red flag. It gives you an adapter to turn this into a South African adapter. Then like you're sitting there like a swallow. Guy, I said there, bro, my mom's like, even when I bought the car, man, I go through reviews, like, watch, I did this. I had to return the shit back with half my money now. Or my mom's money, half now. With my tails back because we didn't know the other one didn't have any things. But Skyworth, shout out to Skyworth. Yeah, Spanner. Now, you are sitting there trying to be very certain. You're looking for that affirmative. Yes, this is how it is.
And people make fun of you sometimes when that happens. But you know what I say? I say fuck you to those people who make fun of you. You know why they make fun of you? Because it makes them feel better about themselves. Because they know they wouldn't actually have put the due diligence and the effort to ensure that something could be done correctly.
I think with the due diligence, I always like give people the advice, like, for example, I'll go into like talking about banking. Like people will say, oh yeah, my bank does this. And I'm like, whoop, stop. Every single bank fucks you in another way. You just need to know how you're getting fucked, so you trade carefully.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody in your best interest.
Yeah,
And doing your due diligence is like, nah, let me find out I'm getting fucked so I can be okay.
Yeah.
That's what the due diligence is.
Yeah.
Don't ever think, oh, you're the mastermind. You're like, dog, first of all, it's a fucking business. Ain't nobody got time for you. Because remember, even when they have those wealth clients right there putting their money, those niggas pay premium service. They pay,
bro.
right? Right? They pay more than you, right? And then you're gonna think, nah, my bank does this, my things. So the due diligence, guys, I don't know who's gonna have kids. I don't know how the world's gonna end. I don't know what it is, man. But majority, guys, they will never be a perfect time for anything. They will never. I think that's what the one thing this couple of past 10 years have taught us, that there will never be any time to do perfectly anything in your life. There will never come a time where you're gonna say this is gonna work, and that fucking sucks. It's a scary thing, and I know it goes two ways. You go do that shit, blows up in your face, or it works out. It's just the way shit is gonna work. And I sit here, I think, bro, even with doing this podcast, like when we just said we were gonna do it, you just sat there and be like, really? I'm gonna sit here and think. I'm not gonna name drop the guy. I remember there was a guy who used to create content in uni, and now he's also a corporate nigga,
Yeah.
And I was talking to this guy, man. This guy's even on radio, and this guy didn't want to. You say, yo, bro, why don't you maybe start a podcast? He's like, what do I have to say? That's how our generation is. Like, everything is like, everyone has said what is needed to say. And I'm like,
bro, it's
I don't think people would date then. No one would like to go talk to another stranger and sit and start having a conversation. Some people wouldn't go out of their way to go to other countries and learn about other cultures. Everything's on the internet, right?
Yeah.
It's a very different thing because, bro, we could be looking at the same thing, right? We could be looking at this painting. Let's use a painting, right? We're looking at this painting and it's abstract art. And you're like, there's no forms. I don't see anything. It just looks like scribbles everywhere. And then I start looking at it and I'm like, I see a very different perspective. Right?
Yeah.
Same painting. That's the same thing about shit. We don't have the same brains. We're not as basic as you think we are. You know what I mean? We don't have the same things. We might have similar things, but we're not the same.
We're not the same.
You know what I mean? So this thing of like always overthinking. And I think, man, it's really fucked up because, man, we grew up with fucking likes and shit, bro. And I don't want to sound preachy. Bro, Ramos would be like, Ramos used to give me the strategy when you post something on Instagram, you would log out. Because you're looking at the numbers.
Like so. I can imagine. Like it becomes your fixation. Like, dude, I feel like it'll feel the same when we release a podcast.
I mean, I do that with my YouTube videos.
This motherfucker's like 40, like it's like an hour and shit. And some niggas, I don't know. But look, I think it's cool. Like y'all niggas just blast this thing while you're at work.
And listen to us talk, bro. And actually listen to us try to figure it out.
Yeah, bro.
I think that's what life is like, guys.
Ah, boy, we just figure this shit out.
We're just trying to do this life thing.
Yeah, man. Like, the one thing I really want people to know, man, and especially in this podcast, sometimes you be like, saying these woke shit and stuff, and people think, oh man, just fuck these young shit, think they have it all to fucking together. No, bro, that's not the point, bro. This is what we're telling you now, This is what we think now,
And then tomorrow,
tomorrow is a fucking new thing.
People be peopling. That's a word. People be doing them.
The one thing that I hope and to maintain, like through making this podcast, and I hope even though maybe it doesn't become like as popular, but like as maintaining it to become a regular thing in my life, is because then I feel like it'll form somewhat a diary of how I've personally grown. You know what I'm saying? And also
we might look at some shit and be like, because it's just the only thing that you could do because you're young.
But like that'll be it's a cool way to have your shit documented. I feel like why just because we are hoping that when we do post it, of course we want it to be popular amongst people. You want a little fans and people I think appreciate your the work.
I think
and
people
effort
don't think
that
we're living at a time that 100 years from now we will be studied.
Yeah, bro.
People are going to look at us and people are going to watch. No matter what you think you're doing, man, and you're thinking that I need these numbers. I know everyone is fixated and we want to be famous for just being famous and whatever. We're living in a beautiful time when we can do this. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you could not go up and say, we couldn't even record music and upload it. You know what I mean? Now it's highly competitive. I mean, now, for example, is that a record label will not sign you without you having like
some sort of following.
Because now they can actually track it, and I get it. I totally get it. Because it's money.
It's money, bro. You put money into this.
It's money, man.
The worst part you find is a drug,
dude.
It becomes a drug,
And then hey dog, it's weird, man, because you just want to sit there and document and say, hey guys, no matter where I am or when we're not here, this will be there.
Yeah.
Because once it's on the internet, it's there, man.
Yeah.
Fucking ever.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's gonna be shit that you're gonna, and I think also as young people we need to have the leeway that just because I say something and see something in a particular way today doesn't mean my mind can't change. I think that's the thing. I think we need to have the ability.
I think the fear of change also sometimes comes from embarrassment. You're embarrassed.
It's not easy to come back. Let me be honest, man. I've realized and I've grown to understand so far in my life that no one gives a fuck about me unless I give them like the reason. The day someone says, hey, look at these niggas with a fucking load shedding light in the car and shooting what they things, then that's the day that someone chooses to do that and is like tries to nitpick that. I mean, I posted something, it was hilarious. I made a song and then the comment was like, what in Caucasian music is this? And I laughed. And it was hilarious because I didn't know how to make the comment out of it. It was not because I was like, oh shit, damn, cool, man. I just got like a little bit of
but these comments can get wild sometimes, man. I can imagine. I don't read comments as much as other people.
No, my goal.
But I know people read, and I'm like, some people are just heartless, man. Imagine that day you were not even feeling in this mood, and
this nigga just drags
your hand was telling you shit just before. And then you just went on.
And they're like, yo, look at this nigga's forehead.
You saying forehead, bro? Those niggas go for a soul, man.
This nigga probably broke, never even.
Look at him with this insecure looking what
and they dip him.
That's why he yells and stuff. Like, oh my god, these niggas are dissecting me.
And yo, people love doing that.
And they love it.
People will always be looking for. People, yo, dude, there were times where I'll be on YouTube watching something. And the way they would reach, like dissecting someone's lyrics, and the way, like, look at him in this video. Like, let's say I'm talking and I just go, and then you're talking.
Yeah.
As you can see, Hussein is not wanting to be here. Because sometimes I feel like, in person, you don't look at someone when you're talking.
Yeah.
But like when we're on camera, now everyone looks. Now you have to give like. Look at a nigga in his eyes and say,
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. But I feel like that also now that makes you scared to try things. Worse than ever now. Like,
bro, like to think about what A$AP Rocky said in one interview. When was it ever cool to fucking knock people for trying? We're knocking people for trying shit.
Yes, bro. No, that's what we do now. Yeah, dog. Yo.
Imagine the nigga who said, listen, imagine we tell a nigga 20 years. it's 2004. I land there and I'm like, yo, listen up. Yeah, some crazy shit's gonna happen in 4 years. There's gonna be a 2008 financial aid crisis, but I know you don't give a shit because you're poor. Because when you're poor, you don't notice a recession.
That's you don't even know. You don't even know when a boom or when a recession. Every fucking year
is like I feel like I'm poor.
You hear on the news, we're reaching the market growth is significantly great.
You see that Nokia 3310 you have? Listen, dog. That shit is gonna play music first, and it's like wait, and this music, dog, comes all the way from the internet. It just plays, bro. It just plays. Wait, and you're like, you know that other show? Those shows you're watching like The Sopranos. You're gonna watch it on your phone
every day.
Every day you're gonna be on your phone, and then there's gonna be this thing where people just constantly upload videos on the internet, and you're gonna be watching them and stalking them and dissecting them. Then what other thing, man? People are gonna make movies on fucking iPhones, bro. Pictures are gonna be looking like mirror images to images of cameras. And you know what's so crazy? You can carry that shit in your pocket.
That was 3 years ago.
One more thing. You know that thing Google that you're using now? You think that's good? Yeah, there's gonna be one called ChatGPT. And you're gonna type anything. And it's gonna help you understand. Like a human being.
Like a normal person.
I ain't even got to the fucked up shit that were already made outside this one phone. Living in a weird fucking time. That's where my hand was just getting. It's like it starts becoming airy when someone's like, "Yeah, how's it a simulation?" My guy, I just described 20 years ago. Like you thinking, dog. Yo, by the way, I feel like I'm getting so old because people born in 2004 are 20 this year.
That's crazy.
And we were like 5 years old. Like that time, and we remember that shit, and you were looking at a baby in this nigga today.
That's still a nice TikTok. You know those TikToks of when someone goes, they say the first time when consciousness hit you.
Oh yeah, I know. The first time, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people laugh. I was born in 2003. That's how my mind. Like the day when I realized I'm a human being was the year 2003.
Nigga,
I ain't even gonna lie. Like all the other shit.
I don't remember that shit.
Because I can remember that, but I can never remember like downwards. I don't know. You know, be meeting people like I carried you, man. We used to be tight as baby.
You remember?
And you're like,
you just remember when the lights turned on. Like,
I got off the bed. I remember these green sheets we had. His mom still had just those green, yellow, and I was like, I'm alive. And that was it. And moments like I was talking to my girl, like I remember at 10, I was like, what if I don't know, I was weird. I even asked my aunt, like, do you have the same thing where you're like, what if I'm fucking dreaming? All of this.
And then someone wakes you up. You be like, what? You know, have you ever the reason why you think that is after you had a dream. When you have this realistic dream, and then someone wakes you up and you're like,
oh my god.
Oh no, that was a dream. Sometimes I'm like,
I've lived a life. I've lived. I mean, dog, I still have sometimes dreams of me failing an exam to get my degree. I've had my degree for 2 years, dog.
Those dreams are not
and they feel real, and I'm like, nigga, you work. You already have the degree. What the fuck are you on about?
Why are you so scared of failing?
But anyway, man, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to end it here, man. It's been nice with y'all. It's been nice just.
And I think the moral of the story out of everything we said is very simple. You're not that special, and it's not that bad.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, people.
You know, the problem is why I don't want to add this corny slide. You say you are special in your own right, but the truth is, you are, but at the same time, you're not special. Like, don't come walking this earth.
And the people who love you will miss you and will always care about you, and that's what fucking matters.
And that's what fucking matters.
Don't be really obsessed with Nobody's saying he was a great man and they never knew you.
Yeah, just because someone walked around and that day you didn't have your cup of coffee and then this nigga you snapped at him, now you worried. You know, and then fuck that nigga, man. He won't even remember you, bro. Like sometimes, you know, one thing I would always say, man, guys, please stop. Like, you know, when you're walking in the streets, some people are like, yo, bro, I'm sure I might like this. Or, bro, ish, people are looking. Let me tell you something you probably never heard in your life. Ain't nobody fucking watching you, blood. Like, shit. Do you know how many times when I'm walking in the street, I'm worried about my life problems? You think I'm worried?
You look down. You bump into people because you're so not present. Here, you're so always like, your mind is always rambling on.
So please, man.
But so hey, please, man, ladies and gentlemen, before we end the show, we could just get some stuff.
I noticed now I was looking down here and the camera's there. People are going to be wondering, was he reading a script now? But yeah.
You're looking directly into the light. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
What do I want to get off my chest? I want to get off my chest, and as much as I say it, I also struggle with it. Fuck the low self-esteem, man. That's it. I say it today, but I will doubt myself every single other day. But hey, man, fuck it. I probably said this in one of the episodes before, but hey, man, fuck it. Do whatever you want to do, man. Do right by people, but just mostly also do right by yourself. And go to bed that you know and that you did right by yourself, because you can't please everybody. That is the thing.
Can't please
so, yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, man. I think I'm just gonna second what he just said. And,
I feel like this nigga says that when he doesn't know what to say.
Because sometimes, man, I don't have much to get off my chest, man.
I was actually thinking so crazy about it when we were jogging before we leave. I was like, damn, we need to make like the song for the podcast. And like... I know niggas be looking at me, man, you a producer, man, you could cook up something, and you're like, ugh. How do you make a song that's gonna be played on every episode?
Yeah, without it getting like, I don't know.
We'll see. We'll make it. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be making, man. So yo, man, you guys stay easy, stay well. I can't say stay positive because life happens, but
and that shit is just
yeah, and just always know, days do get better and days do get bad. So yeah, man. Show, we'll see you from all of us on 3rd Avenue. Peace.